Hi, I'm Kath, the Cornish sewing girl. I've now tried on a dress that I made just after I made my jacket, and I didn't really talk a lot about it. I just said that it was already cut out from last year, and seeing it was all good to go for this year, I just made it up and I put a little bit of piping around the neck. I'm going to show you that dress. I'll just tell you which pattern it was. I don't know if you can remember me talking about it right after I done my jacket. It was this pattern here. I put it on my tailor's dummy, but I'd just like to show you what it looks like on. So and tell you what I'm planning on making. But let's see if I can work this gimbal a moment. So if I want to go the opposite way, so if I go like that, that's it. Bring me into center. Now I've got to go up for down. Whoops, there we go. And this is my dress that I've just previously done. Hang on, let's push this cushion back. You can see me a bit better then. I still need to come down on this gimbal. Now, up for down. Let's just go down a little more. There you go. Now you can see it a little better. Okay, in fact, if I push my sofa back a bit better, you might better see then. There we go. I've made this one not long ago. I didn't like it at first when I made it because I thought I made it in the wrong fabric, because this was a very, very thin stretch material. I think they call it a viscose something, is it? Or a viscose jersey, something like that. But it was you know, very, very thin. I did line it, so it's got double thickness. I thought that might give it a bit of body, but it didn't really. If I stand back, I think there's a way of fixing it, because you know what I'm like, everything got to be perfect. I just feel like it's just a little bit baggy and loose on the top, but it is that type of thing, I suppose. But what I'm going to do is lay it where I want to lay it, then go inside, seeing its double thickness, and just lay the inside layer, give it a few, you know, stitch it along there. That'll secure it and that'll hold it in place there. I've just had garlic bread for lunch. So, yeah, I had salmon, garlic bread and salad, but the salad was fine. The garlic bread wasn't too good. I tend to not do well with bread. And on the belt, let me just whip the belt off a moment. I've told you this before. This belt here, this is all elastic in here. You see, it's just a great big chunk, a great big wedge of elastic. And then I put these little bits of fabric on the end. So you can see how thin that fabric is, you know. And I have, like I say, done double layer on it, and I put a little bit of blue piping on the top in there. That went in all right. But I just feel, I don't know whether it needs just pulling. I think it just needs pulling up as well. Something just don't feel right with it. But I shall play with it and work with it until I can do something with it, perhaps. Now, I did have all this belt all lined up, so because it's like an Italian style with this, because it's got like a Colosseum pictures on it. That now, whether I got an upside down or not, I don't know, but we can fiddle with that another time when I'm ready to wear it. So there we go. This is the dress. Do I like it? Yes, I do. And this is the pattern here. Just needs to be a little bit more thicker fabric, I think, you know. Although sometimes thin, you know, can, if it's got a few pleats and that, and it can lay better. But let's see what it's like. I'll give it a wash. Maybe a tumble dry might even pull it in. But this is the pattern here, and it is New Look 6301. There we go. It's got different style of sleeves, and I've done that one there. And I'll just show you the back. I think they're just they're that way around. They're just the back pictures of it, I think there. I'll show you the back of the dress. I mean, it is a nice pop of colour. I mean, when I tried it on the other day just to show my husband, he said, oh, wear it, I like it. And he really liked it. And so did my sister. She said, no, it's a nice pop of colour, but everything got to be perfect with me. If I'm out and I'm feeling this is all look like, you know, not hanging right, I won't feel right. So once I get me stitching in there underneath and just maybe see what I can do with this, it might not need nothing doing with it. It might go right. Tend to want things a little bit too perfect sometimes, you know. Now, what else I've got to show you is this one here. Now we know, hang on, I'm going to go up with the gimbal a minute so you're not just, so I'd chop my head off out, wouldn't I? Popcorns don't agree with me, do they? Now this one here, as you know, I've just done that in the animal print, and my friend popped around the other day and she loved that one, the animal print one, and I showed her this one as well, and I showed my sister this one. My sister loves dresses. She's got the most beautiful dresses. She spends a lot and buys a lot of dresses. But I tend to try and compromise, and I don't know, is it really compromising making your own? I think you can do your own style, can't you? And this one here, I'm going to do again. And I'm going to do it in the Italia brunette fabric. Hang on, there we go. I'm going to do it in this. Now the gimbal got come down again. Hold on tight, up for down. I'm going to do, and I might do the one that I done it in that animal print and do it in this here. Because this, sometimes you don't always need the tailoring to make a dress look really, really nice. I mean, sometimes the fabric on itself will do a lot, you know. I think this is lovely, you know, it's not too busy. I think it's quite nice. So I think that would work well with this one here. And it was a really lovely quick make, wasn't it? I keep going to that one, but it's this one here. And oh, they've got a belt on it. Yeah, I would have liked the belt because they even got the belt there with it. I would have liked the belt with it. But I've just finished that one, and I'm going to probably do that one again in this one here. Now, this is different. This is more woven than the other fabric I had that I done. Remember I done this dress upstairs and I showed you all the stages, and I done that one. Now that was with Italia Burnett, and that was completely different to this. This just seems more woven. If I can put it up close, you can actually see the woven bits in the fabric, which is making it a bit more thicker. I would have thought that would be more for winter, but it's not heavy. It still feels quite light, actually, so it would still do fine on a lovely summer's dress, and it looks summery, and I love the shades. Absolutely love the shades in that. I didn't buy too much, only bought 1.5 meters, and it's not 60 wide. I remember one time thinking it was. It's not. I must have measured it wrong. I'll measure it again, but yeah, I think it's about 54 inches wide, something like that. Now this one here, which is one of my favorites, I'm going to try on a couple of them, or at least one more that I made, because it's difficult just whipping them, a lot of them on, because with the zip, you know, I was going to do it last time, but I was struggling to get that zip up. I should put that zip on a bit of string so I can yank it up, but I haven't bothered to do that yet. So this one here, I've cut some fabric out for another one. I've just done the blue one. I haven't completed the blue one yet because the lining needs to be stitched to the zip, and I thought, oh, I'll put that aside so I can do another you know, video me showing how I stitch the zip and all into the lining. So I'm going to do another clip on that. But this one here now, I have just cut out again with this fabric. Oh, I never knew I had this bit, quite a bit nice chunk left of it. This here, This was from Tura Fabrics, oh, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, something like that. I just love the pop of colour on it, and I'd had it in my stash. I only had 1.5 meters, so I couldn't really, that one I can do with a 1.5 meters. So I thought, seeing it's 1.5 meters, I'll do that, and maybe I'll find a little bit of plum or something, or pinky plum, to go in the lining. I might buy some of that this week. But that's going to be my next dress. This here fabric. And you know, it's just lovely, a nice pop of colour. Right, now this one here again, where did I put it? My all-time favourite. I'm going to try on one that I done for my son's christening, and that one is nice. See, when you've been moving around in it, it sort of does gape a little bit, and I don't like that. I mean, you could, a lot of people just put a little top underneath, but I feel it needs pulling together, you know. I feel like I've got to stand up straight and breathe in with this dress. So I'm not sure with it, you know, but I shall sort something out with it. Now let's try on this one here. This is the one I done for my son's christening. So I haven't worn this one much because it's a bit wedding type style, but it's just to explain that you can pretty them up. There was another dress I wanted to bring down to show the actual bought one, and to show you the difference in how they done that. In fact, I'll run upstairs and get that in a minute. Well, I'm going to try this on a minute, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm back. This is the one I made, oh, about 1.5 years ago or something. But this is more like for a wedding or something like that. A nice belt would go with this one. But this one, I always feel slim in this one. You know, these dresses can have more of a slimmer feel, you know, and I feel more pulled together in this one than I did in the other one. Excuse me, I got all me fabric thrown around. Yeah, I like this one. Now, this was just a stretch cotton, and this was lovely to sew. But it is cotton with a little bit of stretch in it. If I just move back, and I'll show you the back. It does seem a bit wedding-y, and I think a little bolero or a little something on over your shoulders and a nice pair of heels, I think this will go lovely. I'm getting carried away trying all my dresses on, aren't I? Now, this one here has been worn to death. I used to just wear that one when I was in, so I'm just going to slip that one on, seeing that's no zip, and you can see what that one looked like. But I think now I've caught the hem needs a good iron, so forgive me, that's not quite right. You know, it needs a good, let's just have a look at it a minute and see if I could get away with slipping it on without ironing it. Yeah, and I think that one's showing a bit of wear, the other one, but this one has only been worn 2 or 3 times because it's like an occasion one, you know. So I'll go and I'll get that other dress, the one I bought as well, and show you. Trying on me dresses. I'm mucking my hair up. Anyway, this is the one I've now got on, the one I made myself. So there's no pattern for this one. I just followed a t-shirt. I measured the V on the t-shirt. I bought some paper down Trago Mills to add some little squares on, and that helped me sort of measure, you know, each shoulder size and to do it all. Yeah, I absolutely love this one. That's why I wore it so much. So I'm going to put the camera down, up for down, so you can see this one. I done the t-shirt top, then I put some elastic here, and I knew what, you know, how much I wanted on the skirt bit. And I just done that and put a little bit of sagey green lace on the bottom. In fact, I think I've gone down with the camera now, too much. So let's just go down for up. Let's try that. Yeah, felt nice in this one. You know, I prefer less material on me. If I had loads of material, I would feel frumpy. So certain people like it because it's more flowy and that is in at the moment as well. But somehow I feel less is better for me. And you could still do that lovely little bit of gathering on the hem at the bottoms. You know, I like that. And this one, I just done a bit of elastic there. I done a casing. I think I done a casing. Yeah, I don't even think I done a casing because yeah, I had done a casing for it. And I put that in and just rouged it up there. But this piping was really quite thick. I thought it was too thick to go on here, but because it's sort of chunky-ish fabric, it's gone in lovely with it. And on the shoulders here, I just got 2 rows of Bouillon Grace, if I can say that right. There we go. That's another one, and this is like more like 100% cotton, even though it's got a bit of stretch in it. Now, what I did want to say is on this pattern here, you know, I've made lots of them and I've shown you a few of them. This is one I've bought. Now, I bought this one in the White Company. Have I got that upside down? They've actually wrote that on upside down. Yeah, that tag must have been put in upside down actually, in the White Company. And yeah, that tag is put in upside down. I never noticed that before. Yeah, never mind. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because I absolutely loved this fabric. This fabric, oh, it's absolutely lovely. And I love the White Company. I also like Sea Salt, and I like, I keep saying the White Company, it's White Surf. Now, White Stuff. I keep saying White Surf, or the White Company is White Stuff. The White Company is a different one altogether, and I like that one. That's where I get my bedding to as well, in the White Company. But White Stuff does clothes. And as you can see, it's the same pattern as this one here, because that one's got the princess seams on, like I showed you with all the stages of the dress. This one has here and here, but all they've done is color blocked it, but they've done it in almost like the same shades. So if you had a manufacturers that were doing a different sort of shades of fabric with the same fabric dye, or even you can get good blends if you look around as well. I thought that worked really well, and I absolutely wore this dress a lot, but it did shrink. It did shrink, and I can't get into it now. And it shrunk no sooner I bought it, actually. You know, I felt it shrinking in. And they've put a bit of contrast on the hem, which I like as well. They've lined it as well. And they've put a little little hem there of the contrast as well. So that's another thing you can do with these dresses, which I absolutely love. You know, and they haven't done the zip either. They just done 2 little buttons, and they got one that you just slip on. So and they didn't do the sleeves either. So that was that one. That is a bought one, and that one did shrink, and that was the White Stuff. Actually said it right then, didn't I? And this one I've shown you before. I don't know whether to try that one on or not, because I might do, but I don't want to hurt my back, because pulling those zips do hurt my back. And this one here is what my husband bought me for my birthday, this fabric, and I haven't made anything with that yet. I think that long maxi dress would have been nice with that, but I absolutely love the colours on this. It's a lovely sort of a pop of colour. It goes that way. And I bought 1 3/4 of fabric on this. So I think I might try and do a nice maxi dress with this. I'll look for, I've got that pattern I said is slimming, but I don't go very well without a waist on dresses. I tend to feel Empire waists are very good for me. you know, just something that'll skim off your tummy. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And yeah, I absolutely love this dress. Anyway, I might pop some little more bits and clips in, because I've got to show you out with my sister again. Hang on, rather than Ben, let's put you back up. Yeah, I had a day down Falmouth, and my husband, he said, oh, if you want me to do a bit of filming for you, you know, so you could put it on YouTube, on your channel, I'll do it. I said, oh, well, all right then. And I was down the hotel and I had a bought dress on that I bought in Marks and Spencer's. It's on the line at the moment. But you can see it then. It was £45, and it wasn't like the ones in Seasalt, which is 65 to 75. So I'm thinking, well, you know, if he so happens to have a week off and I just want a nice sort of a few dresses to grab to put on and just go out, it's nice to have another one. So I bought that one, and that one was in a yellow, but it's more this color type yellow, you know. It was like a limey yellow. So that one was a nice pop of color. So I put that one on to wear out with my friend Cansima for lunch. And what's funny, I said to my husband, okay then, we're down the hotel now, and my friend had gone home, and I said, you can film me if you want. And I thought I'll show them the dress I bought in Marks and Spencer's. And I was there marching around the garden having a little look, and then I walked towards him with this dress on. I think, right, that little clip is done. And he just would not take the camera off me. He just holds it there, and I'm there saying, okay, you know, you can stop now. But he don't quite get the hint then, and you've got to say, that's it, like, you know. But I left that in because you can see what he's like. He's a lovely chap though, my husband. We've been we met when I was 17, and we're still together now. And we had COVID one time, not the recent one that we've just had, but he had COVID 12 months ago as well, and he was pretty poorly, dear of him. And I'll tell you all about that another day. Just having him fit and well and happy is all I want at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to find this little space here for all my little clips and all my little bits I want to pop in. And also, what else is it I got in there? I got out with my friend Cansima. Yeah, just enjoying the weather, because I know it's lovely to sew. Actually, I'm tempted to take my sewing machine out in the garden, because I got a small little Janome, and I used to, before I had this bigger brother embroidery machine, I used to love Janome because the stitch quality was absolutely lovely. So all of you out there that has got the Janome, it is a wonderful machine, and I adored mine. I had two. I know the second one I had, I thought I had something so special. It was the 770, and it was the long arm one, and it used to do amazing stitches. If I can find little bits that I've kept of that with the stitching that I've done, I'll show you. A beautiful stitch, you know. And I'll show you my other Janome that I kept just as a backup, because if my sewing machine is gone in for like just a service, and you know, I don't like being without one, you know, here. So I've got a little Janome I just use when that one's gone in for service, or if I've got the embroidery bit on, then at least you can do something if you really want to, you know. Anyway, I'm going to pop all my little clips in, and I'm going to say goodbye just for a minute. Okay, bye-bye. This is my lovely roast at Will Dream. Here we go. Yeah, because she just came and said that. I didn't think she understood me, but they did. Lovely, isn't it? Oh, let's get your lovely tie bracelet.
It's always handy.
Yeah, because for our country,
Yeah.
you put the viscosity of the oil up.
Week, and we're here in the Duchy again. and I'll pan around and show you the hotel. We thought we'd go under the shade because it's the end of the day now, and we had lunch out with our friends, and they're gone home now. But I wanted to do, because we were down Houston then, which is the opposite way to Falmouth, and I wanted to go to Falmouth, so I come down to Trago. I better go and order my coffee a moment. Oh, there's a beautiful plant over here. Thanks, my darling. Decaf latte. This looks absolutely lovely. Look at this. Now, I've got something similar to that out my back garden, but it's not all in full bloom like that. Isn't that beautiful? I've got some of the daisies. I think that's lavender. And it just looks lovely, doesn't it? It's the hotel. I love sitting out, although it's beautiful inside. I spend sometimes all afternoon here. We'll order lunch and I'll bring me magazine and have me sewing magazine and have me coffee. Oh, it's lovely here, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah. You can turn it off.
Oh.
Turn it off. It's my latte. Here we go. And what time is it, Vic? Is it 4:30 or 20 to 5 in the afternoon?
10 to 5.
There we are, 10 to 5 in the afternoon, and it's still gorgeous and sunny. There you go now, just to show you what they do. And I'll take you over to the cottons. That's the cottons they do. And that's the fabric over there. There's quite a nice selection of cotton threads there. My machine does work okay with that brand. I always go for the polyester unless I'm doing a quilt. And I've used some of their embroidery threads here.
Customer announcement, the time is 4 o'clock, and although our doors are now closing, any customers already in the store may continue shopping until 4:30 when we will close. Our doors reopen tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Now you know that, what time they close. Yeah, they've got a lovely lot of notions here, and I have bought rather a lot of their notions. Now you know what Trago does. My word, seems to be quite a bit, doesn't there? And these are the magnetic pins. That's magnetic, so if you drop them you can pick them up. They're quite nice to have. And they do the canvas here. I have sewn with canvas. I made the odd bag or two with that, but not a lot. There we go. And they do the concealed zips. I get my concealed zips in here. And they are YKK zips. So they're nice. And they do the concealed ones. It's more your heavier fabrics there. canvases and your home deck fabric, and then there's the cottons underneath. And they do all different types. Pan around as I go. It's a beautiful shop. Anyway, thank you now, my angel. Thanks. I had to change that part I bought down to Trevenston Garden Centre. No, it was far too small. I should have known that. So I bought this one. Down there wasn't quite the colour I wanted, because that's sort of more of a grey and blue one, and I thought with the plant being green it would have lovely to have been a nice contrast with another green, but it had a hole in the bottom and a plate, and everything looks lovely down that garden centre. So I've come home. Let's see if I can pan out. There we go. Oops, let's just close my drawers. There we go. If I stand back, you can see my lovely plant I've just bought. Plant pot. And here, got a few crystals. I've got some more. Actually, I've got some up in my sewing room. I might bring them down. And there's my plant. It's looking quite healthy, but I think it was in the bathroom window. It was catching too much sun, and I wanted to care for it. And it's got lots of lovely little shoots there waiting to come out. And I absolutely love that plant. So I got rid of the candles. I put them in the lounge, and I thought white would freshen it a bit more out here. So I bought swapped everything around a bit and bought 2 more pots out. There we go. There's my new plant from down Trevenston Garden Centre. I love this. This was just brought up the range this year. And I just love it. You know, it just looks a little bit, it'll almost look a bit French style, doesn't it? But I just absolutely love it. Wasn't very much, but I love things like that look cheap. Me and my sister. Hiya. And we've got cappuccino. 2 cappuccinos. Hang on. Put them together. Cheers. My sister and me, and I'll show you the view out the window. Hold on tight. I can move my hand.
It's quite a proven experiment. He's done it 75 times. The end result is still exactly the same.
Bye for now. Bye. Sister's gone home now on the train, and I'm walking back along the seafront to my car, and then I'm going to drive home. I don't live that far. I'm going in the garden now for a cup of tea, and I hope you liked all those little clips. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and see you all again soon. Bye-bye.